Hello and welcome to this Tribal Wars event. Things are a little bit different this week as Kumagoro and I have been emailing each other back and forth discussing this deck, and we're both going to run our own slight variations of it through the tournament, and then afterwards we're going to talk about how it went and why my variation was better and how if I did worse it was only due to luck. Well, you know, whatever it is we end up talking about. The original idea for the deck was Kuma's. It's this Mardu Aristocrats deck built around Falcon Wrath the Aristocrat, flying hasty, sacrifice a creature, gains an indestructible, and if it was a human put a 1/1 counter on it, and Cartel Aristocrat. Summon another creature, sacrifice another creature rather. Cartel Aristocrat gains protection for the colour of your choice. And then we have Blood-Soaked Champion and Doomed Traveller as things to sacrifice. 1-drops, Anointed Priest, gain a bit of life and you can get it back with Embalm. Hanweir? I presume Hanweir. Militia Captain, which can get huge and creates human clerics once it flips, and Hanweir Garrison, when it attacks, create 2 1/1 red human creature tokens that are tapped when attacking. So, and then Queen Marchesa, Death Touch Haste. When it enters the battlefield, you become the Monarch. What the Monarch means is, at the end of your turn, I believe it's the end of your turn, you draw a card, and if a creature deals combat damage, I think, to the person who is the Monarch, that creature's control becomes the Monarch. So I hope that was clear. Anyway, beginning of your upkeep, when a friend is the Monarch, create a 1/1 black assassin creature taken with Death Touch and Haste. So just can either draw cards if you're the Monarch, or create fodder if you're not. There's also Hanweir Battlements, which is the card that melds with Hanweir Garrison to create this writhing township. Trample Haste. When it attacks, create 2 colourless Majority Horror creature tokens that are attached when attacking. And then Westvale Abbey, which pay to create human cleric, pay 1 life and 5 mana to create human cleric, or sacrifice 5 creature and pay 5 mana to transform Westvale Abbey into the flying, lifelink, indestructible hasty Ormondal. Now, and then top it all off, Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, just still the best removal spell ever printed, and Vindicates, destroy target permanent for 3. Now, as the observant among you may have noticed, there's this little warning sign and all these warning things to say that I don't own all the cards, which is an indication that this is not the exact list that I'm playing. Here is mine. Okay, there we go, all sorted out. So my version is, I tried to go a bit more aggressive with it. There was 2 main things that I wasn't super happy with, or at least I didn't want to run about Kuma's version. That's going to undo everything I just did, isn't it? Damn it. Okay, number 1 was Anointed Priest. It just felt... I played with Anointed Priest in the standard event a few weeks ago, and paying 4 mana to embalm it always felt pretty bad. And even faster format like Legacy, I think that's going to be even worse. The other thing I didn't really like is Cartel Aristocrats. It just felt like gaining protection from the colour of your choice is a powerful effect, but only being able to give protection to itself, and it's just a bear, a 2/2, didn't feel super amazing to me. So I ended up trying to slim the deck down and focus more on the 1-drops. So still got Blood-Soaked Champion and Shade of Doomed Traveller, but the new additions in the one drops are Carrion Feeder as a more aggressive sacrifice outlet than the Cartel Aristocrats were, and Mother of Runes, just super powerful. Probably don't need to explain why this is good, but also if I'm sucking a bunch of things to try and kill the opponent with Falcraft Aristocrat or Carrion Feeder or Blood Throwing Vampire, being able to protect it from removal is important. So yeah, that's the other thing I added in to replace some of the Cartel Aristocrats with Blood Throwing Vampire. This has... It reminds me of the... oh, that 3 mana insect was... The sack to get +2/+2. Yeah, Nantuko Husk. Very similar. Yeah, but it reminds me of when this was used in Standard in that... what was it? Rally the Ancestors deck. Yeah, the Rally the Ancestors deck in Standard a while back. Where the advantage of this thing, I mean, it's a 2 mana 1/1 when you can sacrifice a creature to get +2/+2, which is not so incredible, but just having it on the board with a bunch of creatures, it messes up combat math quite a lot. The opponent always has to respect that this can quickly kill them. So that's what it's there for. It's just to be able to threaten lethal at inconvenient times to the opponent. I also changed the removal package around. Still got the Soul Supply Shards, that's still amazing. Fatal Push instead. Easy to get Revolt in this kind of deck. And I did some Cabal Therapies, another way to sacrifice things, just to interact with the opponent's hand, strip out removal or whatever. So, similar to with Mother of Runes, protecting a big creature, Cabal Therapy the way that removal and do the same thing. I trimmed the Falcon after Aristocrat and a Marchesa to make room. Just wanted to lower the curve really. I've also got down from 24 lands down to 22. So just trying to be a bit more aggressive and a bit more low to the ground. Is there anything else that changed? I messed around with the the lower mana curve made me want to have the fast lands as well instead of the check lands or the isolated chapels. Yeah, I think that's everything. So we'll see how this goes, and we'll see the results and see whether I improved Kuma's deck or actually just ruined it. Yeah, let's get into the games. Okay, here we go. Round 1. On the draw versus Lord Pipus. So, playing Aristocrats against a Lord. This is a little awkward with the curve, but I'm keeping it. Ooh, Spirits, by the looks of it. Okay, this is proving to be a more this draw has made the first turn a bit more interesting. So I could run Fatal Push into the Mausoleum Wanderer, which is a potentially Mausoleum Wanderer is potentially quite a dangerous card to face. Yeah, green spirits as well, that's interesting. I think I still want to run Bloodsoaked Champion out first. It's dangerous, like I said, but oh, we'll see what happens. Selfless Spirit. Again, hit for 2. Souls to Plowshares, it's not bad. Right, I'm trying to attack the Bloodsoaked Champion. Shockingly no block. And then I want to Fatal Push the Selfless Spirit. Gives it Indestructible. Look. Gives the Mausoleum Wanderer Indestructible. Okay, I think that's fine. Draw Skull Captain. So I could target the Captain with Swords to Plowshares. Probably sacrifices the Mausoleum Wanderer to counter it. That might be fine. Or I could wait to be sure to get the Draw Skull Captain. Yeah, I think I am happy enough trading this swords for the Mausoleum Wanderer. Ah. Interesting. Okay. First thing I want to do is attack the Bloodsoaked Champion. Now, things to consider here. I'm going to Cabal Therapy. And things to consider are, if he's running green, it might well be for Collected Company, which would be a good thing to take away. Probably doesn't have another Draw Skull Captain, I suspect, because I'm pretty sure you'd sacrifice Mausoleum Wanderer to protect the Draw Skull Captain if you had another, because you get 2 of them out, everything else hexproof, which is quite a potent thing to have. I think I'm going to name a Collected Company. Oh, we've got the fancy new targeting things. Not really sure why else you'd run green in this kind of aggressive spirit deck. And Collected Company. Oh, he does have another Draw Skull Captain. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is flashback. Sacrificing the thingy-mabob. Draw Skull Capitan. They'll just have an island left. And then we can bring back Bloodsoaked Champion because it attacked to trigger its own raid. He just played a Flooded Strand, so that was the card he drew. I'm just going to run out I'll play the Falcon Wrath Aristocrats. Because A, it applies a lot more pressure. But it doesn't, no, I suppose Queen Marchesa has haste as well, so it applies a little bit more pressure. But he's got flying creatures, so he can steal the monarchy from me. Okay. Just attack with both. Presumably, probably. During another collecting company. Still, he doesn't have super favourable blocks. Yeah, you can do that. Sacrifice the champion. And I think, again, because of his ability to steal the monarchy from me, I'm just going to run out the feeder and return the Bloodsoaked Champion. Oh, in fact, so yeah, what I can do is return the champion, sacrifice it to the carrion feeder, and return it again. Supreme Phantom. So doesn't have that anymore. You attack me for 6. No, he's just conceding. With the well, whatever. I'm happy enough with that. Okay. No red mana, but Bloodsoaked Champion and some Cabal Therapies to rip apart his hand. There's a Paradise. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I don't mind that, because that means next turn I can, if I go Cabal Therapy this turn, next time I can go another Cabal Therapy and a Doom Traveller, or Bloodsoaked Champion and a Doom Traveller. Okay, so let's have a think about what I want to name with Cabal Therapy. It's going to have 3 mana next turn. So the thing that stands out in my mind as the most dangerous thing is Drogskol Captain again. I think that's what I'm going to name. Geist. That might be annoying. Okay. It's also something that makes sense that you'd want to ramp out. So yeah, there's the Geist. Okay. So I could I could play the Militia Captain. That's tempting because it's a 2/2 to trade with the Geist, Saint Traft. If I don't play the Cabal Therapy now, there's a decent chance that I won't have an opportunity to play it in the future. I think I can afford to take at least 1 hit from the Geist. The risk is if he draws a Lord, another Drogskol, or the what is it, the Supreme something phantom, the 2 mana one, the new 2 mana one. So I'm going to Cabal Therapy, name Rattle Chains. Selfless Spirits. Okay. I think I'm going to run out Mother of Ruins. I'll get that going. There's the Selfless Spirits. And a Misty Rainforest, so you don't know he's just got the plains in hand. So I think I'm just going to play the Militia Captain to dissuade Geist from attacking. There's the plains. So I'm going with the Geist, but not the Selfless Spirit. Okay. Might have a collective company and be hoping to hit a Lord with it or something, I don't know. But I'm certainly going to try and protect the Militia Captain. Oh yeah, just sacrificing the Selfless Spirit. just going to play a pair of Doom Travelers. I don't think there's really much value in playing a Cabal Therapy. Sacrificing one of them to a Cabal Therapy at this point. Strongly suspect that if he had anything of value in his hand, it's going to be something instant that you can cast in response to the therapy anyway. Another Geist, that makes sense. Didn't play a land. What might he have? Doubt he has a removal spell because he would have killed the Mother Runes, or yeah, in response to it, protecting the militia captain. Now I do want to flashback a Cabal Therapy, if nothing else, just to get a flyer to block the Angel token. But I'm really struggling on what the correct thing to name is. Not a Selfless Spirit. Could be a Raffle Chains, but you'll... You know what, let's just stop messing around and do it, and if you cast something in response, then I'll know that's what it is. Okay, I think the scariest card for him to have would be Collected Company. Well, surely you would have cast that into Geist of Saint Traft. No, I'm just going to name Collected Company. I have no idea, no good read. That's the scariest card. Eighth of the Vial. Well, not super worried about that at this point anyway, so... I don't think I want to attack. There's the vial. There's another vial. So pretty awkward draw for... yeah, for Pipers. Oh well, there we go. Got my first match in. And Kuma also won his first match 2-0. So, still neck and neck on in regards to how the deck is doing. See you in round 2. Alright, here we go, round 2. Westfell Abbey being... obviously this is a mulligan. Question is, would it be a keep with a different land? I think with the black-white land it might be. But anyway, mulligan. Seems a little unimpressive, but keepable. Sort of just don't really have any synergies here so much, just some slightly underpowered creatures. That's some synergy, let's put that on top. take champion. Well, I'm not going to fire off a Cabal Therapy with the information of Misty Rainforest, so I just run out a couple of Doom Travellers. And a Tundra. Okay. And Wall of Blossoms, okay. So, walls most likely. Okay. I guess I just attack with everything first. Game for 2. And now I have to think a bit. Because I think I've seen this deck from, I think it was Total Hate that was piloting it, which is a sort of, it's a control deck. It's got board wipes and Jace the Mind Sculptor and that sort of thing. But I think what I'm going to do is pause the video and quickly look at some of the wall creatures that exist. So I think the overall most scary wall that exists, in these colours at least, is Overgrown Battlement, but I'm reasonably certain you would have played that instead of Wall of Blossoms if you had it. I think what I'm going to name is just Wall of Omens for my first one. Wall of Mulch, Mystic Snake, Jace, Mnemonic Wall. Okay. So, how much do I care about it? Oh, I think I'm probably just going to dismantle his hand this turn. Play Cabal Therapy and flash them both back. Definitely want to take the Wall of Mulch. Jace seems like a problem. Do I care about Mystic Snake or Mnemonic Wall? Probably Mystic Snake, I suppose. He's a long way from casting Mnemonic Wall. He doesn't have any instants and sorceries in his graveyard anyway, so Wall of Mulch. Jace the Destroyer of Worlds. And then just take out the Mystic Snake. Part of the reason I was doing this, I mean, Mystic Snake's not that scary at this point, but I do also just want the flyers. Okay, there we go. And there's the Wall of Omens that I missed. Okay, well, so as I'm chipping away for 2 in the air. Another wall of blossoms. And there's the overgrown battlement. So we're kind of in scary territory, but at least all these guys did the mnemonic wall and nothing to get back with it. Could take out the overgrown battlement. Is that worth it? Not really sure it is. Because the other option is to carry and feeder to eat the Bloodsight Champion and just get the Bloodsight Champion back. I guess it's... Yeah, I think I prefer to do that. Aristocrats. That's a little bit annoying. That's just when he leaves the battlefield he gets a 3/3 beast. Alright. This race certainly just got a little bit less favourable for me. And no attack from the Thragtusk. I think we're going to save the swords then. Okay, so I could run out the Falcon with Aristocrat, swing for 6 in the air. I think I prefer to run out the Handwear Garrison, hold up Silk Supply Shares again, and then try and go for the win next turn. Almost certainly should not have done this before attacking, but and Jace. Space brainstorming makes sense. So, I guess the scary thing here would be swords to plowshares. But I think I do just want to go for the throat. Do you have a counter spell? Not sure what this is. God of Calling for 4. Interesting. What have you got that affects this combat? Arcades. Okay. How does that change things? Attack with everything. Block the Falcon Wrath. Maybe block the Carrion Feeder. And block black. Take 4. I just don't want to attack with everything. Okay, so pretty easy. Sacrifice here. Kill the Arcades. Do 4 to total hate. I could also sack a few things to make the Carrion Feeder survive the Thragtusk fight, but I don't think that's worth it. I think I'm fine with this. So I think the most dangerous thing at this point would be a Supreme Verdict, so I want Falcon Wrath Aristocrats to be able to survive that. So I want some human, or no, any creature in play. Right. Am I an idiot? I thought Hanwell Garrison was blocked by a wall. Oh no, Arcades. Arcades makes them... Yeah. Equal to its toughness rather than its power, so I should have sacrificed the garrison as well. Oh yeah, here we go. At worst, you can Monomic Wall for the Core of Calling, to get the Core of Calling back. Let's see if he's found something better. Okay, such permanent card converts my cost 3 or less, put it into the battlefield and shuffle your library. Eternal Witness. Getting back Jace. Interesting. The only assumption I can make is that he's only running one Arcades. One flyer, in fact. So yeah, he's... Oh, this doesn't do anything though, he's got haste. I don't think. Yeah, he's got no mana. Ah, he's got Force of Will. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I think I do unfortunately have to kill the Jace. I mean, I really want to go for his life total, but leaving a Jace the Mind Sculptor in play is probably not a good idea. As a general rule. That seems like something scary. Possibly with an odd mana cost. Not sure what's going on here. Maybe he's got Supreme Verdict. I think it's possible, but... Oh no, I'm sure he'd attack the Eternal Witness as well. If that were the case. Probably. Demonic Wall, okay. Getting back Wargate. Oh god, was Wargate an instant? Let me go and search it up and find out. I did not think to look. No, sorcery. Okay. And we'll bring back the Fluxate Champion that's extremely unlikely to do anything in the face of all this. Wall of Mulch. Okay, that's certainly scary. You can draw a lot of cards this turn. This seems like another card of calling. Yeah, for 2. Maybe just like a wall of diamonds I've lost in just to get some more draws in. Overgrown battlement. Not super sure what to make of that. What has he got here? That means he's not dead. Cryptic command maybe to bounce to tap down all my creatures. This it stopped in the beginning of combat, so that's what this feels like. Yeah, tap all creatures and draw a card. So, I'm very tempted at this point to... Yeah, I'm beyond tempted. I'm killing this wall of mulch. Using the Source to Plowshares because it gains life to power. I don't particularly want to give him any life at this point. Let's see what happens next. For 5. I think I'm still fine with that. Still don't want to use the Fatal Push to save some damage. And there's Supreme Verdict. Not surprised about that. Alright. Well, it seems like a top deck battle. I'm drawing lots of lands. Come on, Falcon Wrath the Aristocrat. Come on, Doom Traveller. There's Wall of Blossoms. Wargate. Over Embattlement. God, what does he need more mana for? Yeah. Well, let's just tap and see what we've got. Wall of Roots. And something huge. Right. Wargate for 5. Venser. Or is he going to minus it? Yeah. So, killing a soldier so as not to be dead. And then, I believe my only out at this point is Falcon Wrath Aristocrat. Not planes. Yeah. I can get him down to 1. Oh no, I can't, no. I can't even do that because he's got blue, white and green, so yeah, I'm just super dead. Concede there. There we go. Alright, well that was an interesting game, and long, so gonna have to try and up the pace so as not to time out. Okay, pretty awkward with no red mana, but I'm going to keep it. Might be able to live the dream. Or I might sit around with 3 cards in hand that I can't cast. Definitely fatal pushing that. Knock that wall over. No, that's something I can cast. And that's a wall of roots. Ooh, look at all the crazy new counters. Alright, well I guess there's no point in attacking. Wargate for 0. Got Dryad Arbor. Oh no, you can just get a land with it. Interesting. Just any permanent, yeah. Okay, well I'm going to attack with everything. Alright, I'm just gonna let damage go through so the cult leader kills the wild blossoms before I start messing around with sacrificing things. But I'm gonna still sacrifice one of these so I can bring it back. That's bad. And no point in sacrificing anything. And that is also kind of awkward. And Jace. Okay. That's a good draw. If I can figure out what to to name for it. Name one of those like the Elspeth or something. Name Force of Will to get them much easier through. I think I kinda like that. The speed at which that resolve makes you think he doesn't have Force of Will. Let's just name... I don't know. Let's name Wall of Omens. Just a fairly random guess. Arcades, Core, Cryptic. Okay. Battlement, Blossoms, Mulch. Here I am as the Monarch, with my mighty crown. Oh, this has got haste. No, I'm an idiot. This has got haste. Arcades. And Brainstorm. Okay. Play. Okay. Play this. Give it haste. And then rapidly decide what to attack. I guess I'll go for Jace. Attack Jace. Attack Jace. Kind of what I was expecting. Cabal Therapy. Cryptic Command, maybe? I don't really have the time to put pontificate on it for very long. Let's just go for cryptic command. Oh, he put it on top of his library. Oh. Okay, that's not good for me. Okay, from this point on, this is actually a recording I'm now commenting over later on, as the live commentary was pretty lacking since I was racing because I only had 3.5 minutes left. So we'll just see if I can come up with anything coherent to say afterwards. No, I can't really. Honestly, I think after having watched most of this, or watched this recording back, this is a match. It feels like I could have won. Which, spoiler alert, I don't win. With I don't manage to win 2 games in 3.5 minutes. But I think honestly, one of the biggest mistakes I made was right at the beginning, where I stopped for a couple of minutes to look up wall creatures, just to have a better chance of hitting something with a Cabal Therapy, which, due to that, I had a lot less time, and it made the later turns more rushed and make poorer decisions then. I mean, it happens. It's part of Magic Online is clock management, and it's not always easy, but okay, yeah. So I don't attack the Queen Marchesa because it would just trade with one of the walls because of Arcades. Total Hate chooses not to block anything. I suppose you would have had to if I had attacked with the Marchesa. Get the Monarchy back. And just run out of Handwork Garrison. I think this must be a Chord of Calling. Yeah, I'm looking at Hanway, the Hanway battlements, because I'm in a position where I can actually meld the battlements and the garrison together. And he attacks with the Vigilance creature, which makes sense. Take the crown back. Now here is where I believe I lose the game. Yeah, I meld the battlements, and then let's just watch it. I Fatal Push the Arcades, but I knew that he had a Cryptic Command in hand. Yeah, so this part I knew he'd hidden one on top when I'd last Cabal Therapy. He'd put it on top with the Jace the Mind Sculptor. Doing this way allowed him to counter this and tap on my creatures. Let me just think for a sec. If I'd Fatal Push the Arcades first, he could have... Could he even afford to counter it? Because if I'd Fatal Push before melding, this wouldn't be a creature. And then after he cryptic, I could have melded and had this. And that's why I think it creates 3/2 Trample Eldrazi. So that'd be just 13 points of trample damage. But I suppose that's still not enough. So it wouldn't have necessarily won me the game. But I would have at least had a creature on defense. Because then he just taps me down and then attacks for 15. I suppose I could still have attacked with the Walking Garrison because he'd been forced to trade offs and stuff. But yeah, I think that would have been a better line at least, but I just didn't spend enough time thinking it through because of the time limit. I mean, even then, even if I'd won this game, I don't think it would be possible for me to win the final game in 2 minutes against a wall deck. I don't think I have a... It's extremely unlikely that I'd have a draw aggressive enough to win in that kind of time frame. There you go. Hindsight 2020 as ever. Alright, there we go. Alright, here we are, round 3. Got to try and shake off that last round, and it's the incredible fatigue it put on me. Blah, blah. This seems a bit too horrendous. So mulligan. This seems kind of horrendous, but keepable. God, do I even want the scrubland? I think I'd rather put it on the bottom and look for a red source. Maybe that's wrong. I'm going to do it anyway. Just run out the Doom Traveller. Hey! Perfect. Not really getting. I'm not just going to rock Cabal Therapy. You know what have we got? Kevin of Souls naming God. Rest in peace. Oh God, what's this? Is a combo. Well, a prison deck where it's Rest in Peace and some other card that I can't remember the name of. I'm going to have to look up so I can name it with Cabal Therapy, which locks you out of attacking. Okay, well, unfortunately there are 2 combos. There's Web of Inertia, which is an enchantment that says at the beginning of each opponent's combat phase, that player may remove a card from his or her graveyard from the game. If that player doesn't, creatures he or she controls can't attack you this turn. So that stops... with Rest in Peace, never going to have anything in the graveyard, so that locks me out of the attack step. And the other one is Energy Field, which is prevent all damage dealt to you from sources you do not control. When a card is put into your graveyard, sacrifice Energy Field. With Rest in Peace, nothing ever goes to its graveyard. So, and because of Cabal Therapy, I can't. Because of Rest in Peace, Cabal Therapy is dealing at exile, and I can't use both sides of it to name both cards. I think I'm equally dead to both of them. So I think the correct thing to do is name Energy Field, because Web of Inertia costs 3, so it'll require him to have Web of Inertia and another land, whereas an Energy Field would just require him to have an Energy Field. And he had both. And he has another land. So I'm pretty sure I am dead at this point. Yeah. Nothing in my deck interacts with that. Right? I'll have to win by attacking. Don't have anything to get rid of enchantments. Alright, so that is the loss. That is nice and quick after the last grind fest. And it kind of feels like the only thing in my entire deck that does anything is Cabal Therapy. I think this hand is weak enough. Like, only the I can cast is Bloodsoaked Champion. I do want a mulligan, just for the chance of getting Cabal Therapy. Okay, I'm not going to mulligan this. Don't need Blur Runes. Just run out my creatures and hope he doesn't lock me out on turn 3 again. Nope, no, turn 2, rest in peace, so you know, halfway there already. Now we just attack for 4 over and over again. And Web of Inertia. Still a incredibly annoying card. I could Fatal Push my own Bloodsoaked Champion or something to get some things, but then I'm still only attacking with 2, so that doesn't seem super great. Yeah, instead just Falcon Wrath. Oop, yeah. Sacrifice the Bloodsoaked Champion, I guess. Exile that. Attack for 7. Okay. So I guess now I'm looking for a Cabal Therapy. Hey, hey! I guess this matters quite a lot. See if I name the right thing. Wait, this from anywhere, yeah. I can if I put something into his graveyard right away, that gets rid of that. I can exile the Cabal Fairy to the Web of Inertia, attack for 7, win. If I miss on my first thing, I have to sack the Hanway Militia Captain, and then I'm only attacking for 5. So obviously he doesn't have a Rest in Peace. What gods is he likely to have? There's a question. think I'm going to name Karanos. Yeah, that's great. That's what I'm doing. Got a storms. Come on, Karanos. Yeah. Nailed it. So, I would describe that as a very lucky guess. I did it. Okay. Got a Cabal Therapy. Don't love my hand otherwise, but... I mean, it's not so bad. I think I have to Cabal Therapy for Rest in Peace on turn 1. Not least because it turns off the flashback of Cabal Therapy. Got a Rest in Peace, and that is a 1-land hand. Okay, sure. Yeah, and he kept at 7. So he doesn't have a scry. And that is no land. So I think at this point I'm just going to run out Blood Throwing Vampire and take that energy field with the Cabal Therapy. Well, I suppose I can leave it, because the energy field I can destroy with the Cabal Therapy, potentially. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Just run out the Militia Captain and not flashback. And no land. Imagine he's probably going to discard the prefix. Yeah. And that is kind of awkward for me. Alright, Aristocrats. Spelling in the right manner. Attack for 7. Ugh, it's scary now. He's got a Rest in Peace. If he's drawing another Rest in Peace, that would be a problem. Yeah. 4, 5, 6, 7. I need another creature really, and I can kill him. Ugh. Oh, this is annoying. I just drawn all these goddamn irrelevant removal cards. Yeah. I can't squeeze out an extra bit of damage in any way. Sack that to the blood-throwing vampire, that just gives it the same amount of damage. God damn it. And there's energy fields. So I guess I'm just dead. Cabal therapy, just slightly too late. Should I figure out some clever way I can do anything? I really don't think there is. I guess I just concede. Nothing matters at this point. God, that is annoying. He's yeah, it's just... I'm dead. Oh, that sucks. Alright, both Kuma and I went a somewhat disappointing 1-2 in the actual tournament, and so we're going to have a final match here against one another to decide once and for all whose deck is better. Unless I lose, of course, in which case obviously one match can't decide a thing like that. It's just absurd. I'm on the draw. Certainly a slow hand, but yeah, I think I'm going to keep it. Mother Runes is a fantastic turn one play, so keep. There we go. Ooh, Cabal therapy. So I could Cabal to try and take out a removal spell. Fortunately, I know his list, so he's got Swords to Plowshares and Vindicate as removal. I feel like if he had Swords to Plowshares and a white untapped white and a white source and no creature to play on turn one, he would have played a white source. So I think I'm just happy just to run out Mother of Runes. Oh, Dune Traveler, there you go. Okay. Let's take a look at what he's working with. And I'm going to name Falconwrath Aristocrat. I think that's the scariest card at the moment. Pair of Vindicates, another Doom Traveler, and we've got an Aristocrat. Don't really think taking out the Vindicates this point is worth sacrificing the Mother of Runes for. The Mother kind of blanks them anyway. I mean, you could hit my lands with it, but I mean, I think I'm fine with that. I've got plenty of lands. So what he's doing. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay. Oh, another Cabal Therapy. Well, if I take the... I suppose it's worth... Oh, well... I might just save it. I'm not super concerned about him. He plays up another land, take that. I've got red, white and black. Yeah, I mean, I suppose, yeah. Let's do this, so I can actually start playing things. Turns out it does have a Vindicate. How lucky is that? So just drew the Verdant Catacombs. Oh, there's the Dune Traveller. Yeah, run out the Hanway Garrison. Although Arenas is kind of annoying because I can't F6 auto yield through my turn. Well, I've got... Okay, just attack with the garrison. Trades off the Travelers. I don't think I want to play the Marches because he's got the spirit tokens. I'm going to play Dune Traveller, play Hanway. I think I'm going to flashback Cabal Therapy, naming Swords to Plowshares. Seems like the only thing he would keep in his hand other than a another land. I kind of just want to have the flyer. Oh, Bloodsoaked Champion. Okay, well I don't especially want to make him discard anyway. Just get it back. I'm not trading off because of the captain. I want it to flip. There's the champion. And another champion. Okay, flip the Hanway. attack with all these, I think. I guess... Yeah, that was kind of dumb. Not playing out the Marchesa before attacking with this, since it makes it bigger, but... 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so yeah, it's not close to actually killing, but... And it's got haste as well, again! This is some top level play here. So yeah, I still wouldn't have won. But that was not my greatest moment. Militia captain. Yeah, I think at this point he's trying to work out whether he can afford to attack with his spirit. So he wants to take the monarchy from me. But yeah. Okay, I think this is a fine hand. Certainly prefer a 1-drop creature. I've got these two creatures that benefit from having more creatures on the field, but not mulliganing. Ooh, Kuma going down to 5. And keeping it 5. Do I play Cabal Therapy? What do I name? I think I'm probably out. I'm not going to name Soul Supply Shares. Flagging right for Aristocrat and Vindicate. Okay. And he drew a Bloodsoaked Champion. I guess I'll just play Handwear. Not really much point in trading the Cabal Therapy and the Handwear for Vindicate, where you can just... You're just going to Vindicate it anyway. Yeah. The question here is, I mean, obviously for curve considerations I'd like to play the Handwear Garrison, but can I beat the Falcon Earth Aristocrat? I think I have to just run out Bloodthorn and take the Falcon Earth Aristocrat with the Cabal Therapy. He's got his own Handwear Garrison, but no red mana. And There's his red mana. Flooding pretty badly here. What happens when two Hanway garrisons face off against each other? Another Bloodsoaked Champion. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Doesn't quite kill me. I think I do want to attack just to... so then I'll have 4 creatures. Assuming no removal spell, so Hanway Militia Captain can flip. Can eat one of the tokens and the garrison attacks. So that'll be 2, 4, 6, 7. Sorry, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. We're down to 3. But then I'll have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. No, that wouldn't be enough. Okay, leaving one of the humans back to one of the tokens back to block. Makes sense. Doom Traveller. Okay. So he's going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. I can take 3. So I need at least 4 blockers. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So attack with the garrison. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Oh, and I'm gonna get a token from the Westvale Cult Eater. So this is actually kind of a close race. But I mean, if he draws like a Falconmath Aristocrat or Vindicate, take out the cult leader, that would be pretty bad for me. I think he's, from what he's saying in the chat, I think he probably just drew a Falconmath Aristocrat. Maybe a Vindicate, something I trimmed on. No, here's, yeah, Aristocrat. So yeah, no, I'm just dead. There are no flying blockers. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So here we go. Final game to preserve my honour or ego. Probably ego. On the play. So that's good. Come on, let's get an aggressive hand. Yeah, this works. Okay, let's get soaking in blood. And a Doom Traveller. Oh, that's pretty good against Bloodsoaked Champion. Oh, still certainly going to attack. Now the Militia Captain. Has he got nothing? Or is he just attacking first? So it would certainly be appropriate for me to lose the Cartel Aristocrat. Since it was one of the cards I cut down on. I'm just going to run out the Garrison. Try and set up a turn where I can return Bloodsoaked and play the other Bloodsoaked. Yeah, he just sent me a message. So I think my mana lacks red, so it might just be throwing me off. But I think there's a decent chance he's got some red cards in hand. Bloodsoaked Champ. Nothing else. Okay, attacking with the Garrison. See how he blocks and then decide how I want to deploy my removal spells. So you could, yeah, double block like that. Not going to sacrifice anything. So I guess target the Cartel Aristocrat. He'll presumably sacrifice Bloodsoaked Champion to give it protection from white. And then Faithful push it. And you can sacrifice the spirit to give him protection of a black, and then it just dies to the combat anyway. So yeah, there we go. Play the Bloodsoaked Champion from my hand. And then next turn, my captain's going to become a cult leader. I'll have tons of power. Garrison. Just attack with everything. You can't really eat anything too valuable here. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, well, return this Bloodsoaked Champion back. Just to pump up the cult leader a little bit. Put him down to 3. And, well, at this point I'd usually say, I hope he hasn't got any sweepers. But I know he hasn't got any sweepers, so... I think I have one here. Hooray! So I am finally victorious and have demonstrated beyond a shadow of a doubt that my build was superior. I think we can all agree on that, and Kuma won't have anything disagreeing to say about that. Alright, here we go. Final thoughts. Pretty sure I know what Kuma's going to say is that I lost that match to AJ because I took out Vindicate. And I know he's going to say that because we chatted afterwards and he said that to me. And also he faced AJ and he won 2-0 because he had Vindicate. But actually, well, he's not wrong that Vindicate would have been... removing Vindicate made that matchup a lot worse. But the other things to think about are if that Bloodthrone vampire I'd had in the last game against him had been a Cartel Aristocrat, I also would have won. And if what Concealed Courtyard I had in the last game had been a checkland, whatever it's called, Isolated Chapel, that would have let me cast the Falkenrath Aristocrat turn earlier. That would also have won me the game. So... yeah. In a lot of ways I certainly made the deck worse against AJ Impey's God deck. But overall I was not unhappy with the changes I made, despite only going 1-2 in the actual tournament. The deck was a lot of fun to play. Cabal Therapy was amazing. Although Cabal Therapy is a card that... it's obviously got a lot of variance to it, that it can be the best card ever or fairly mediocre, depending on what you name and how many copies of they've got in their hand. And certainly I had the advantage of I played Total Hate's Wall deck. It was a sort of mostly known quantity, and I certainly played against AJ Impey's God deck before, and the Lord Pipes' Bant Spirits was something I was able to intuit and figure out most of the sort of things to be running, so I was able to do well with that. If you face more unknown decks, it's a lot harder to use properly. But I mean, it's a really fun card. It can be a very unfun card to play against, but it's a very fun card to play with. Very skill testing and interesting. So I definitely enjoy it. How useful were the Fatal Pushes? I mean, to be honest, I don't regret taking out all the Vindicates. I don't like having that many three mana removal spells because they can be so awkward. But it might well still be correct to have a couple of permanent removal instead of some of the Fatal Pushes. Mother of Runes didn't really come up. Bloodthrone Vampire, like I said, it lost me that game. Well, there was a lot of things that lost me that game against that last game against AJ. Bloodthrone Vampire was never useful. There was that the second game against Kuma, where we both had a big board where it would have been potentially useful. But I think it suffers from the problem of, if you have a large board, it can be amazing. But if you have a large board, they're the times you're already doing the best. And then if you've got it and a a Hanway militia captain or a Queen Marchesa, and they're your only two creatures, it is just worthless. So I think the Bloodthrone Vampires might have overall been a mistake. Might well have just been better as Cartel Aristocrats. Queen Marchesa was... Well, I continually misused her and forgot she had haste, so that didn't help. She's certainly powerful. She's good, but I prefer to play her in a more controlling kind of deck, where you can... Because by the time I got to her, there wasn't generally a lot of turns left to the game, or at least there weren't a lot of turns left that I was able to keep control of the monarchy. I don't know, I think I might prefer to just have a fourth Falconmouth Aristocrat instead of her. Hanway Garrison's a pretty great card when producing these tokens. Despite the fact that the only time I ever got to fuse it with the battlements was I died to Cryptic Command. One thing it didn't come up, but one thing I did think of is Hanway Battlements is actually quite good with Mother of Runes late in the game. I mean, that's generally the problem with Mother of Runes, is she dies on sight, but if you've got enough mana to play her and give her haste, she can still protect herself. So that's pretty cool. Carrion Feeder never really shine, but I don't regret putting it in there or anything. Yeah, it was fun and interesting. Didn't do super well, but I mean, none of the games felt like a... No, that's not true. One of the games against the first game against AJ felt like a complete domination on his part, but all of the matches were interesting. So yeah, I enjoyed the deck. Probably would take out, from now on, take out the Bloodthrone Vampires, maybe just put Cartel Aristocrats back. Maybe swap out the Marchesa for another Falconmouth. I did like my version of the deck. And yeah, thanks for watching.